Columbia. And about an hour ago, it sits somewhere west in Augusta, but at approximately 8:15 tonight, everyone's focus is right here in a flight trampoline park in Irmo, South Carolina. 200 feet long, 85 feet wide, 12 players, 2 teams, a 1-inch thick puck, and a fresh new season to pick up right where we left off in March. Welcome to a new beginning. Welcome to a new journey. Welcome to Gamecock Hockey. And welcome one and all. I'm Pflugi, Pflugrath, joined by the one and only Sophia Nadeau. Sophia, how you doing today?
I'm feeling good, Pflugi. I'm super excited to watch our Gamecocks take on the UGA Bulldogs. I think it's going to come down to who wants it more. Both teams are known to have good offense and good defense, so we're going to see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of new players on both sides. Again, a little bit of switch up from AAU moving to ACHA. We'll touch on that a little bit during the broadcast, but a little bit of a new look from these teams. Again, they matched up pretty good last season, so looking to maybe kick up some of that rivalry, or is this just straight business here?
I think it's going to be a rivalry game. Both teams are huge SEC schools. You know, it's the home opener. We want to win on home soil. I think it's going to be a test to see who can bring it home.
Yeah. And I mean, just looking at this crowd here, looking at this environment, looking at the players, I mean, I was walking through the tunnel and they were like ready to go to war. I mean, I am excited. There is a lot of energy in this flight trampoline park. It makes me want to go next door and just jump around for a little bit, if I'm being honest.
And that pregame playlist really hyping up our Gamecocks right now.
Yeah, shout out to our Gamecock hockey production team again.
Yeah, whoever's on Ox is doing a great job.
But yeah, tell me some of these stats from last year. Again, a couple of returners here. One such being team captain Puskar, I believe.
Yeah, team captain Jake Puskar. He's number 8. He had 14 goals last season, which is one of the highest on the team. He's a great all-around player, great on the offense, and he can drop back and play defense too.
Yeah, you love to see that kind of hustle from the center on your team. Fun fact enough, my brother played a little center back in the day, and then he got too tired of playing defense, so he moved to wing. But
you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. He'll get back in center one day. I tell you, what's so important about that center position is the face-off control, and that's kind of was South Carolina's bread and butter last year. So again, about 4 minutes and change until the puck drops. And if you are so interested, you can order one of these lovely hockey jerseys online at their website. Pretty stylish, I gotta say. But I will be honest. The Georgia ones, I'm liking the tan over there. They've got a nice little
That's
thing
crazy.
going on. You don't like it?
No, I don't like it at all.
My.
There's a lot of Gamecock fans with some hockey jerseys on. It's great to see people are coming out here and to support the Gamecocks. But no, that Georgia color is not good.
Is this a case of trying to do too much?
I think so. I think it's like an off-white, like an eggshell white, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally, it's not my cup of tea, but
Yeah.
maybe somebody else really, really likes it, and I guess good for them.
So yeah, and so with trying to do too much sometimes, again, home opener, you get some jitters. You know, it can be a little nervous. What is one of your keys and tips to these teams to kind of help win, get that first game out of the way, get those butterflies kind of flying off?
You know, with any sports team, composure is key. You have to stay controlled while you have the puck. Possession is the main point of hockey. If you lose possession, the 2-point goal differential is the hardest to keep in hockey. So they really got to focus on, if they get up, to stay up, and sometimes defense is the best offense.
Very true. It's funny you mentioned that. Me and my brother say all the time that a 2-goal lead is the worst kind of lead.
100%.
It disappears faster than my ex-wife. I mean, it's just gone up and out of here. But yeah, and speaking of composure, I'm sure that South Carolina's got to be feeling good to have their goalie Tyler Tamoinen returning. I mean, he was absolutely electric last year. And,
he was. Number 33. He had a save percentage of 91.4%. And a goals let in average of 2.4 per game. So
not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. See if he can start the season off right here. Meantime, on the other end of the ice, facing off against him will be Isaac Hagen from Excelsior, Minnesota. How about that?
Do you know where that is, Pflugi?
It's somewhere up there in the woods.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Maybe on the lake. It's a cool name, though. They got some
It's a cool name.
names up there in Minnesota.
Middle of nowhere, but that's cool.
Yeah. You ever been?
I have not, no.
No.
I'm from New Hampshire, so I'm like up there, close to Canada, but
Yeah. No, you're in a Noah Kahan territory out there.
I am. Season of the Sticks.
There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
There you go. Wait, is he Vermont?
Yeah, he is from Vermont.
Vermont? Yeah.
I won't lie, though. I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I don't necessarily get the hype, but I'll vibe.
Yeah, I can vibe with it.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of hockey played up there in New England. A lot of hockey obviously played up there in Minnesota. A lot of these guys out here on the ice, you see a lot of New Yorkers, a lot of New Jersey people. What you don't see, which feel about it how you will, no Canadian players, no European players. This is American hockey right here, through and through. The only Canadian, in fact, is our coach, Alan Sarah, up there from Quebec. I think it's Rivière du Loup, something like that.
Yeah, speaking of Alan Sarah, he was a professional hockey player in the ECHL.
Oof.
And last year in the 2024 season, he was named College Hockey South Division I College Coach of the Year. So big things to come from him in coaching this new Gamecock team.
On the other side of the ice, their head coach, John Camp, I believe, 2022 College Hockey South Coach of the Year. I mean, this is going to be a battle right here. I mean, before the pucks even dropped off, there's a chess game going on right here. Again, as a coach, what do you tell you guys before you start the season?
You know, that the season comes with ups and downs. Like, you can't get behind or get down if you lose a game. It's all about how you come back from it. And just really telling your players to just stay composed. That's really the biggest thing in hockey, because the momentum goes from left to the right so quickly, and it can be taken over by either UGA or the Cocks here tonight.
Yeah. So how key is that first goal? I know there's some stat in the NHL, not that we're in the NHL, we're in the ACHA here. There's some stat about the team that scores the first goal wins a majority of the time, and it's pretty significant. How important is the first goal going to be tonight?
I think it's going to be very important. I think it sets the tone for the game.
That might even set the tone for the whole season, depending on how the game goes then.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And here we go.
Good evening and welcome back to Pflugi Park for tonight's game between the Georgia Bulldogs and your South Carolina Gamecocks.
No, you're doing great. And our PA announcer will get us kicked off
We're
here
going
with
to
the
circulate with the starting lineup
national anthem
brought to you by
shortly.
Trailer Trash. First for the visitors.
Never mind, starting lineups first.
Starting at forward, number 3, Evan Parenti.
Evan Parenti,
Starting at
the senior from
forward,
Grafton,
number 29,
Mass.
Declan Conway.
6 foot, 161.
Starting at forward, number 13, Ryan
Yeah.
Haley.
These Gamecock fans already getting involved. I can't quite tell what they're saying, but it's
Starting at defense.
I think it's
necessarily a
Cox,
compliment.
Pflugi.
Oh yeah,
I think it's Cox.
They're just cheering for the Cox. Yeah,
Starting
yeah,
at goalie, number 40, Isaac Hagen.
And Isaac Hagen, we talked about him. Excelsior, Minnesota, 6'3", 161.
And now the starting
He's a
lineup
big
for
boy
the
down there.
South Carolina Gamecocks.
Here we go.
Crowd really getting into it, Pflugi.
Yeah, this is the place to be. Here at the Plex out in
Starting
Irmo,
at
South
forward,
Carolina.
Number 13, Nico Toshin. Starting at forward, number 25, John Riggins. Starting at forward, number 4, Colin Reed. Starting at defense, number 2, Aiden Dunphy. Starting at defense, number 3, Brendan Flaherty. And in net for your South Carolina Gamecocks, number 33, Tyler Tamoyan.
A little Serious by Alan Parsons Project to start us
Now,
out.
over on Pflugi
Great song.
Live,
It's the Chicago
John
Bulls
Reader
song.
Caps will be playing the Star Spangled Banner.
Here's our national anthem. Lineups again, if you didn't hear it from our lovely PA announcer. For the Georgia Bulldogs, Evan Parente, Brian Bailey, and Declan Conway up front, Bill Martin, Truman Hagan in the back, and then Isaac Hagan in the goal. For South Carolina, Colin Reed, Nico Tashin, John Riggins up front, Aiden Dunphy, Brendan Flaherty on D, and Tyler Tamoyan in the back. I don't know about you, Sophia, but it looks like there's a sandstorm out there.
It does. I'm doing it up here too. I'm super excited to watch this face-off.
Yeah, there's people here. It is a sold-out stadium here in the Plex. Going to throw the estimated attendance somewhere in the 400 range. I mean, it's packed. It is packed. All the stands, all around the sides, up to the benches. I mean, if you're not in Irmo, South Carolina right now, where are you?
What are you doing?
And it will be John Riggins. He's got the A on his chest, taking the face-off for the Cox. And on the other side, the number 29, Declan Conway. And here we go. Georgia wins it, but South Carolina wins it right back into the offensive third. Quick opportunity saved by Hagan over in the corner. Georgia able to clear. Here comes Parente. Just gonna go ahead and throw it down. Up now to Reed. Reed through the neutral zone. Back in the corner. Georgia trying to get rid of it. Huge hit there. Intercepted by Reed in the neutral zone across the blue line. It's safe. Carolina gonna get a change. It's getting a little physical out there, Sophia.
It is.
Intercepted in the middle. Finds its way back to defenseman number 5, Kai Bonsukin, come from Plano, Texas. I don't know how much hockey they play out there, but he plays some pretty good hockey. Bonsukin now, out wide, through the blue line. Shot, saved by Hagan. Good on Hagan to absorb that one. And I believe that shot taken by potentially Tommy Marvin. And here come the Gamecocks winning the faceoff in the offensive zone. Shot wide from Bonsukin, over to Marvin. Marvin gets laid out, but not after he gets the puck in front of the net. Gamecocks can't find a home for it. Still in the zone. Georgia desperately trying to clear here. They're trapped in that corner. Gamecocks being very aggressive here to start. Puck to the point, goes right through. And that is Captain Puskar in the middle there. Georgia loses their stick, trying to do anything with it. Finds Pflugi in the middle. Good defense there from Georgia to apply the pressure. South Carolina able to keep it in the zone thanks to Bonzukin. Georgia a clear. Almost a breakaway there, but denied by Tommy Marvin. Talent from Shelby Township up there in Michigan.
Pflugi, you were talking about Tommy Marvin. He's a big player to look at during this game. At number 6, he has 33 assists in the 2024 season. So hopefully we can get another one in today.
Rebound there, did not go wide of the net. Yeah, but Tommy Marvin, really been putting in the work last year. Shot, save again by Hagan. And again, they're just letting Hagan have it here early in this one. Puck through the neutral zone. Georgia almost got it through. Nice little tip there by Dylan Punzenberger. Gonna have fun to that one. Oh,
big hit over there in the corner.
Punzenberger just got punched in the face. Holy. He's not gonna know how to spell his own name after that one. I don't even know how to spell his own name, and I'm looking right at it. My goodness. Again, and this is what you love out of some ACHA hockey here. Right? Just some good physical play down in the SEC. How about it? Taking the face off here. Number 77, Charlie Kerrigan for the Dogs. Number 15, Savario Marcella out there for the Cocks. Cleared away, but Georgia has it, sends it right back into Gamecock territory. Timoyan goes out to receive it. Cox defense now trying to scurry their way out. Georgia, though, applying the pressure. Shot sent away by Timoyan. Gets through. That is Georgia defenseman Graham Baird, I believe, trying to get it out. And here comes Georgia through the zone. Shot goes wide left. Oh, and some incidental contact. They're gonna call goalie interference, I believe, on the pool shot. Looks like that was number 6, Jordan Sirota. No, my mistaken. Perhaps number 17, Wyatt McAvoy. He went ahead and he bumped into Angelo Castagnano. My friend Angelo there from Long Island. Bumped into him, caused him to bump into the goalie, leads to goalie interference. So even though it's his own player that hit the goalie, I believe it's still goalie interference as long as the opposing player caused the contact. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So he'll be sent to the sin box. First of the night, first of the season. Hopefully he won't find himself in there much longer. But for the next 2 minutes, Gamecocks on the power play. Cleared away swiftly by Georgia. Gamecocks now behind the own net. John Riggins over to Puskar. Puskar now through the blue line into the offensive zone. Tries to go through the legs, couldn't quite get it. Great defense there by Georgia. It's trapped over there in the corner. Back out now to the top. Gamecocks looking to swing it on the left wing. Back up top. And Gamecocks will have to reset. Some great penalty kills so far from Georgia. Gamecocks still looking to get a shot off here. Puskar now. And puck sent way up, fielded by Georgia. Puskar, right corner, sends it back. Back in the corner, will go around the net off of a tip. Oh, and puck, looks like it may have gone out of play there. And gonna get a line change here on both sides. Lucas Van Mullen and Nico Toshin coming on for the Cocks, along with Savario Marcella. Join him, as well as Kai Bonsukin and number 3, Brendan Flaherty. Over in the right corner now, behind the net. And Gamecock's looking to take advantage of the power play. There's only 30 seconds left here. Still a little less than 15 minutes left in the first period, and Georgia will clear it. South Carolina will maybe have one more chance here for the power play. And they throw it down into the offensive zone, fielded by Georgia, and that will end the penalty. South Carolina not able to capitalize, but they've got an opportunity here. Shot wide. And shot there from Van Mullen. Bonsukin now back with it. All the way across everything. Hagan able to tip it. Georgia now in their own third. Pressure there from Marcella. South Carolina trying to get it out. It's in the neutral zone. They're going to get him on a offsides violation, I believe. No, he's going to go to the box. Little cross-check action from ref is not going to let that one slide. Yeah, that's number 18, Evan Moore. Second penalty of the night for Georgia. Is this going to be a problem here down the line, or is Coach going to be able to reel him in?
You know, it might be, but hockey's a physical sport. They're all here to play. I think penalties are going to go both ways in this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, having some trouble opening the door maybe of the penalty box. There we go.
Looks like he got it. There we go.
Yeah. And Evan Moore will take a seat. Gamecocks will go on their second power play of the night. And 13:53 left in the first period. Puskar on the face-off. Georgia ends up sending it to the other side of the ice. Again, no icing on the power play. Moyen fields it. A little bit of Georgia pressure is not making it easy. Their first penalty kill was rather effective. They're going to look to repeat the same here.
Hopefully Carolina can capitalize on this power play, having one player up.
Shot tipped, no good. Rebound, saved by Hagan. Oh my.
The Gamecock power play sponsored by Trailer Trash.
Sponsored by Trailer Trash.
Yeah, shout out Trailer Trash. Yeah, I get shot there on the front. They got the shot. Little tip, didn't go their way, and then almost had a rebound on the back end, but beautiful save there from Hagan. Cross, no shot off. Gamecocks swinging around. They've gotten two decent opportunities already in the first minute. About another minute left on the power play here. Deflected. Great D there from Georgia. They're going to try to capitalize off of it. No dice. Gamecocks the other way. Down into the corner and took a hit there. And Georgia, if they played on full strength like they played on the penalty kill, they might be doing all right. But these penalties might hurt them here. Shot from the office. I believe it went wide. They're looking for it again. Cross ice intercepted. Sent the other way. 20 seconds left on the power play here. And that's big 23 Ben Riccitelli over on the left side throwing the slap shots at it. Shades of Alex Ovechkin, if I do say so myself. Gamecocks now going to let the power play run out, but they've got a full head of steam coming down. Full strength. Shot from the point. Rebounds. No dice. Great save there from Hagan. And a little more physicality. The fans are not happy about it. And this is an absolute slugfest out here. And we're going to get another whistle for a slash. And yet another Georgia penalty. It's the third one. We're not even halfway through the first period. I believe that's on Evan Moore once again, the Auburn, California native. You might have to buy a timeshare down there in the penalty box. You could rent that out for some good money. South Carolina, first power play, not so great. Second power play, got some opportunities. What do you like to see here on the third power play of the night?
You know, a few more shots on net. We got 2 off on the second power play. You got to take advantage when you have a man up. It's the most important part.
Got to do it. Got to do it, especially in ACHA hockey. It's so lethal. Georgia able to just barely clear. And Bonsukin almost kept it in, but got him on his back heel a little bit. Gamecock with it. Brendan Flaherty over to Van Mullen. Intercepted by Georgia in the offensive zone. Gonna go ahead and dump it down, get some time kill there. Van Mullen to field it. Bonsukin. Got Flaherty out there with him. Passes to him on the left. And Brendan Flaherty club takes a shot, saved by Hagen, rebound, swallowed up by Hagen. But Brendan Flaherty making his presence known. Brendan Flaherty, he's one of our team's assistant captain and even president of the club of club hockey. I was on the phone with him yesterday talking about a stream of the game and everything, and all he could talk about is how excited he was for this season.
He came to play tonight. He had a few big hits early on in this game.
Yeah. One of the better defensemen on this team. South Carolina now wins it. Speaking of, shot from Riccitelli. I was gonna say, speaking of better defensemen, Riccitelli is a better defenseman. He is doing it on the defensive end. He's doing it on the offensive end. Again, if he keeps that up, sometime in the next 10:46, he'll have a first period goal. Or if Georgia just keeps getting penalties, we'll have to see. And John Riggins and Tommy Marvin back for the Gamecocks. Puskar on the draw. He's got Colin Reed up there with him. And I believe Brendan Flaherty. No, my apologies, that's Ben Riccitelli. Ball and puck sent back to Moyen, able to clear it. Finds its way in the middle to Puskar. Puskar to Reed. Patience with it. A little under a minute left in the power play. Gamecocks now looking at with some momentum. Riccitelli across the blue line. Got Puskar in the middle. Reed in the middle. Denied. Back to Riccitelli. Marvin up top. Out wide. Cross ice to Riccitelli. Cross ice again. Again, Georgia is getting what they want here. Fake shot. Riccitelli open on the left. Takes a shot. Saved by Hagen. A little extracurricular going on here. That's a Tommy Marvin letting number 13, Ryan Bailey, starting left wing, letting him know that he's here to play hockey. And from your team leaders like that, you like to see a little bit of competitiveness. Obviously, you don't want a penalty, but how much of that fight, how much does that fire up the team?
I think it fires up the team a lot. You know, you have new freshmen on this team, and they need to learn that they're here to win.
Yeah, you got to stand up for your guys a little bit. South Carolina now, 10 seconds left on the power play. Trying to maybe sneak one in. Georgia able to clear. And that will be the penalty kill. Delayed penalty against Georgia again, potentially. Surely not. I mean, I'm gonna run out of space on the cheat sheet here.
How many is that now?
Oh, that's the 4th penalty of the night. Oh, this one will go against South Carolina. That's number 10, Matthew Baxter, taking a trip to the box. Didn't know if I saw it was the delayed penalty. Probably looked like a late slash there. Either way, now Georgia trying to take advantage of the penalty there, their first time on this side of the power play. South Carolina wins the draw, sends it up into the rafters. This is going to be a niche reference here, but I believe in John Boy Warehouse ball, that's a double. It's all right. There's someone out there that'll get that niche reference. If you don't get that at all, don't worry about it. Georgia now. So over to the left side, takes a shot, saved by Tamoyan, rebounds. Georgia ends up with it. Through the middle. Is trying to feed it to the Gretzky slot there, but couldn't quite get it. Great defense there from South Carolina. And they're just applying the pressure. It's number 17, Enzo Finelli on the hit. Georgia sends it back down, cleared away. And here's Finelli again on the forecheck. I mean, he's moving with some kind of speed out there. So Savario Marcella forechecking now for the Cox. Putting his body on the line against the boards, win the puck. How about it? Oh my goodness. Coach has got to be pleased with himself right now, seeing his team play the way they are. Georgia now just trying to find a way out of their own territory. They get it to the neutral zone. Brendan Flaherty, a poke check. Got some support from his friends. Sent around. Will come out of the zone. And that's George Clavin and Aiden Dunphy helping out on defense a little bit. Dunphy going back to get it behind the net. Dunphy now. Over to Clavin. Fun fact about Clavin, hailing from Ashburn, Virginia, actually played at the same ice rink for the same hockey club that my brother played, that I went to for 3 years.
That's pretty cool, Pflugi.
Yeah. Shout out Ashburn Extreme. Ashburn, Virginia, got to represent.
Were they on the same team?
I don't think so. I think they were maybe a year or two apart. But yeah, anyways, now South Carolina doing a great job of physically defending the power play. Brendan Flaherty, an opportunity now, tries to get past, can't quite get there. And the Cox will successfully kill the power play. Georgia now with the dangerous opportunity still. Around the left side, to the middle, saved by Tamoyan. And Dunphy there.
Fight in the corner over there.
Yeah, hey, don't touch my goalie. Don't touch my goalie. My goodness.
You know, Pflugi, we love to see it. Love to see the competitiveness. Both teams came out here to play. Couldn't ask for more.
They came out here for war. I mean, this is electric. And that's Spencer Watson for Georgia, being the aggressor. And he's, I think he's telling Aiden Dunphy maybe something about, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah, probably really cordial right now. Yeah.
Go grab some drinks at Beer Garden after this, something like that. There's now Puskar behind the Cox net, trying to get it out.
The Gamecocks are staying really disciplined with their positioning. They're not trying to do too much, just playing simple and smart hockey right now.
Yeah, I think that composure's helping a lot on the defensive end. And now back to get it. There's Bonsukin. He's going to send it up to Puskar. Puskar, he's got Van Mullen with him. He's got Riccitelli over on the right side. Gonna dodge a hit there. Van Mullen now in the corner. Oh, Riccitelli sends it back. He's gonna get called for the penalty there.
Bulldog down.
Yeah. Again, Riccitelli, he took a shot in the corner. Came back, tried to give him his receipt. I think elbow might have just been a little too high for the ref's liking. He's gonna take a trip. And for the folks at home, before the game, I was thinking, yeah, we'd probably be back around 11, so long as it doesn't go to overtime. With these penalties here, I might be here till September 14th. I mean, this could take a minute.
Yeah, what do we have? We have two Gamecock players got penalties and four
three
at
for Georgia. So
three.
yeah, 5 total right now. Feels like 4, though. I mean, my goodness. Georgia wins the draw. Able to keep it in the zone. Bonsukin trying to clear, can't quite get there. Finelli trying to help it out. Oh, gets it up to Marcella. Marcella sends it down. Gamecock's able to breathe. And Hagen back there to field it, gives it to his defenders. Georgia now with some steam. He's going to meet Bonsukin. Bonsukin able to stop the momentum. They send it across ice. Oh, great block there from Matthew Baxter. Had the penalty earlier, making up for a little bit. The Rhode Island native. Little forecheck here from the Cocks. Puck will stay in the zone. Will hit the rafters and go out of play. Yeah, tell me a little bit about that New England brand of hockey again. We saw a mask guy make a play out here. There was Baxter out of Rhode Island. I mean, they live and breathe hockey up there.
Oh yeah, you know, I may be biased, but I'm from New Hampshire, and I will say Boston franchise, nothing beats it. The dynasty, all of that.
Well, except for the Washington Capitals.
Well,
back
all
to the
right.
action.
Well, whatever. You're
Yeah.
just a hater, Pflugi.
No, sure. I was talking with somebody about the Bruins the other day that they should be up for an all right season. We'll see how it goes. NHL preseason starting sometime next week. Be on the lookout for that. And there's Baxter just making his presence known. You love to see it. Alongside him, George Clavin. I believe it's actually Jorg Clavin. There's no E on the end.
There is no E on the end of that.
Clavin.
We'll have to ask him.
Either way with the check. Sent cross ice. Denied. Wonderful defense there. Out of David DuBois. Nah, he's the boy, all right. He might be the man at this point. Across ice from Georgia. Full head of steam. Shot saved by Samoyan. Over in the corner. Colin Reed trying to move it across mid-ice. Georgia can't find it. It's right on his shoelace. And about 5 seconds left here in the penalty kill. South Carolina had some shaky opportunities, but they have successfully deterred the penalty, and now they've got an offensive chance here. Reed in the corner. Getting some help from his friend John Riggins. And that's number 13, Nico Toshin, able to help him a little bit. Sent out wide, shot. No dice, deflected before it could get to the goal. DuBois will send it down, and Cox will start to get a little line change. Long pass. They're gonna get icing on it. Thought we might have had a tip there, but I'm not wearing the stripes. Ain't that the truth? So the refereeing here, obviously, we've had 5 penalties before like the 8-minute mark in the period. We've got 4 minutes left now. Is that just to kind of set the tone for these teams? They know it's going to be a physical game. Set the tone for the season. Is this just the first game of the season for the refs as well, and they're just getting the kind of jitters out of the way? Maybe a little quicker to call things than you would at the end of the season. What are you seeing from the officiating here?
Yeah, I think the Zebras are really calling anything they can right now, trying to set the tone that they want during the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like keep the players under control. But then again, it is hockey, so everyone loves a good fist fight.
Yeah, these players are anything but in control. We got some chaos on the floor down there in the Georgia defensive zone. Van Mullen now trying to make something happen. Richatelli a shot. Went for a little Bobby Orr rebound there. Couldn't
Little
quite get
diving
it.
effort.
Yeah. Good save there from Hagen. He's been solid so far. I believe, I might just be assuming, but you don't see many last names spelled like Hagen is spelled. I believe his brother also starting defense for them, Truman Hagen, wearing number 27 for the Dogs. Meanwhile, in the offensive zone, Pflugrath to face off. You were saying, Sophia?
Hagen is playing really well, but I don't think the Gamecocks have really tested his skills yet.
No?
I think all the shots have been off a whim. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they get the puck and they're trying to get rid of it. They're not placed perfectly quite yet.
Yeah, they'd like to get some more ideal shots, but tell you what, sometimes you just got to let it fly.
Fair enough.
Georgia now with a potential opportunity, deterred by South Carolina. Richatelli passes it back to the defense.
Ooh, the ref got caught in the middle of that.
Little crossfire. Number 22 for the Cox. Getting caught up in that. Van Mullen now across the blue line. And taken away by Georgia. Oh, almost a nice pass there. I believe there might have been a tip from Puskar. He ends up in the corner. Trying to avoid the hit there. Can't quite find the puck. And here comes South Carolina with some speed. Down there in the corner, Richatelli trying to make something happen. Van Mullen tried to throw it in the middle. Good defense there from Georgia. The defender's been having a good game deterring everything. Blendenford trying to get back. Finelli sent away. Good defense there. I believe that's Dunphy back there with him. Here comes South Carolina. Richatelli on the left. Oh, he had Owen Newnham, I believe, on his streaking. Might have just been a little too eager. Calls the offsides. And Newnham out there. Sophomore on the chart here, it says he's 5'2", 180, but my eyes say he's not 5'2".
Looks a little taller than
A
that.
little bit taller than that. But what do I know?
I feel like guys normally lie upwards, not typically down.
I guess so. Dunphy now into the offensive territory. He's going to have at it. Oh, my goodness. He thinks it's a goal. Refs didn't call it. I believe it went off the front crossbar. Oh, no. My goodness. Cox still with it down the offensive end. Good Lord. And Finelli sends it back. Oh, Dunphy almost took the roof off this place. Just didn't get the right bounce off the bar. Georgia now the other way. Wide of the net. Good defense there from Dunphy on the other end. South Carolina now. Up to Newnham. Has at it, will be deflected out of play for an offensive faceoff. Did that go in, Sophia? I mean, Dunphy
I don't
certainly
think
thinks
so.
Sometimes it's hard to tell, especially with that back bar they have back there. It just bounces right out. But score still 0-0. Minute 33 left in the first. South Carolina trying to get away with something here.
Still a lot
Wins
of
the
game left
faceoff.
to play.
A lot of hockey left to play here. Out behind the net, Georgia able to win it. Across the middle. On a great back check there. I believe that's Colin Reed putting in the hustle. He's been hustling all night. Now offensive zone, cross ice pass. Nobody home. Back to Bonsukin. Bonsukin throws it in the middle. Couldn't quite get a tip in. Here's Marvin. Again, some good defense there from Georgia. Great back check by Bonsukin. Marvin's there to send it up to Reed. Reed now across the blue line. He's got it in the middle. Pass, shot. Oh my goodness. I believe Hagen got a piece of it. Goes wide of the net. And that was Nico Toshin on the shot. Georgia now. They've got the 3-on-4. Oh my goodness, Toshin on the back check, let him know. And they almost had an opportunity to cross the middle. 30 seconds left. Toshin with the puck. Oh, he gets slammed in the back. Refs didn't see it. Wasn't a foul. I don't know. If he has the puck, is that okay?
I don't know, Pflugi, but the crowd did not seem to like that one.
It's a physical sport, I guess. 10 seconds left here. Georgia across the blue line. Shot, saved by
Great
Tamoyan
save.
in the corner, off the post. 2 seconds left. No dice as we end our first period of action, 0-0. Yeah, we'll be right back in just a moment. Again, some highlights from the first period. A lot of penalties, a little bit of chippiness. Wouldn't be surprised that developed sometime in the second period. But we'll be right back for some more Gamecock hockey action right after this. back for the second period of cock hockey action, taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Not a whole lot happening there in the first period, at least in terms of goals scored.
No, there's really not. Pflugi, I think what you said in the beginning of the game's holding true right now. Whoever gets on the board first, I think, is going to really set the tone for this game. What is going on over in the corner there?
See Doug, right
Doug,
here?
pan the camera to the right.
Doug, look at that. He lost his skate. Came out of the tunnel. The blade came off of the skate. That's number 22 for South Carolina. He's not listed on our roster sheet, but on the website, it is Jeremiah Campbell, the goalie, is what it's listed as, but that was certainly not a goalie, so.
You know, it happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, equipment malfunction there. Where were we? Talking a little hockey here. Not a lot of action on the scoreboard. A lot of in and outs of the penalty box, though. Are we going to see a little bit more of that physicality here? Is it going to calm down, you think?
I don't think it's going to calm down at all. I mean, it's a 0-0 game, so really whoever gets on the board first is setting the momentum and the trajectory of this game. So I think it's going to be a physical one.
That is if they can't get on the board at this point.
They will.
Still a lot of hockey to go. And, I mean, there were some good opportunities there in the first one. Again, Richard Telly had a couple real nice
Some nice shots during the power play.
Yeah. And then I think where South Carolina is going to make their money, call him Dennis Robin, get the rebound. Dennis Rodman, my apologies. But go get the rebound because Hagen's kind of leaving it right out there. So if South Carolina can do a little, actually, I saw a Chris Kreider jersey down there. They can pull a little Chris Kreider action. They might be in business. But Georgia's counterattack certainly was making some noise.
Both teams are doing a great job speeding across the neutral zone, putting in great effort here.
They are moving. Get north and south for sure, and here we go. Second period of action underway. It's Puskar, it's Riccitelli, and it's Van Mullen up front for the Cox. Oh, that's a long shot there from Dunphy playing D, and joining him will be Brendan Flaherty. Georgia now cross mid-ice, sent away from Flaherty, but Georgia ends up with it. Just barely gets on sides. South Carolina now able to clear it. They end up with it in their own zone after Georgia sends it back down. Oh, big pass, trying to get it to Puskar. A little bit too much mustard on that hot dog. Georgia turning the corner, trying to go the other way. Riccitelli, a great poke check. Oh my goodness, and this South Carolina forecheck, we saw it a little bit in the first period. We're seeing a little bit now to start the second. Absolute electric. Dunphy fires.
It's a good save by Georgia's goalie.
Yeah, in the mitt of Hagen. Dunphy has already let it fly twice. One from downtown funky stuff Malone, other one all the way from back there. Is he looking to open up the three-point range here, you think?
You know, Pflugi, I love to see it, you know? If you have the opening, might as well take the shot.
Yeah, why not let it fly? Here for South Carolina, John Riggins taking the face-off. Sent back shot, saved by Hagen. John Riggins, talk to me about John Riggins.
Yeah, so John Riggins, who's a running back.
Not this John Riggins.
No, not this John Riggins. For those of you listening at home, he was a running back for the Washington Redskins at the time, but now known as the Commanders.
Yes. Yeah, fun fact about that, my dad went to Oakton High School up in Northern Virginia with John Riggins' son.
Pretty cool fun fact.
Yeah. No, we're big Commanders fans. Sad about the Packers loss the other day, but you know it happens as Georgia comes into the offensive zone. Shot, saved by Tamoyan. Had to get up there from that one. I mean, he just sat back there and absorbed it. Great reaction speed there from Tamoyan. But yeah, there's nothing like a little cock hockey on a Friday to pick you up from a Thursday night football loss. So, any Commanders fans out there, this one's for you. Any Packers fans, I guess this one's for you as well. South Carolina now, drawn from their own end. Riggins wins it, sends it around. Takes a weird bounce off the corner. Georgia will have it in the central zone. Great forecheck there from Reed. Through the middle, intercepted by Riggins. Riggins now trying to find a friend. Goes to clear it. Kept in by Georgia, excuse me. Oh, denied. Marvin up front. Sent back by Georgia through the neutral zone again. That is Bonsukin and Marvin playing D for South Carolina. Oh, shot, maybe? No, almost had the opportunity to sneak one in. Goes back to Marvin. Bonsukin breaks the stick. Oh, Lord. You hate to see that happen. I've got a stick up here in the booth. I might just have to throw it down and help him out. I don't know if this one will fit him, but we'll see. Great forecheck there from South Carolina. Here they come through the middle. Oh, denied by Georgia. Good Lord, Tommy Marvin almost opened this one up. Shot, save. That's number 16 for South Carolina. Matteo Marchese on the shot. Marchese, maybe. Actually, I have a friend whose last name is Marchese. I thought it was Marchese, a little bit of the Italian.
Yeah.
But no, she told me it's Marchese. Also from Long Island. I gotta ask him. I think they might be related because they're both from Long Island, and I don't see a whole lot of Marcheses out here. Maybe cousin or something. No. I guess we'll find out. South Carolina now wins the face-off. Sent in by Du Bois. Number 11, Carson Stickley applying the pressure. Fielded back by Marchese. And up to the other side with some speed now comes South Carolina.
I don't know about you, Pflugi, but the speed of play here seems to be taken up a notch as we enter the second period.
Yeah, they are moving it, and they're going to get a penalty on Georgia again. I believe he knocked the stick out of his hands right in front of the ref. He's going to call it. And South Carolina bench is celebrating that penalty a little bit with Savario Marcella from Georgia. And it will be number 27 for the Ice Dawgs, Truman Hagan, going to the box.
That seat in the box must still be warm.
South Carolina now, their 5th power play of the night, I believe. 4th or 5th, I'm losing track at this point. Trying to get something to go here. Back up top to Marvin. Fakes the shot to Puskar. Back to Puskar, up around to Marvin. They're doing a good job of moving the defense. Throws one on net, tried to get a tip. As Colin Reed sitting in front of the net, couldn't quite get it.
Colin Reed also had 14 goals in the 2024 season, along with Jake Puskar. Both of them lead South Carolina's 2024 individual.
How many times can you say opportunity? And Puskar, Riccitelli, Riggins, everyone let him have it. Here's Riccitelli back behind the net. Hagan setting up camp down there. Sounded like Amy Winehouse saying no, no, no. Still a little over 30 seconds left on the power play. Riccitelli over on the right wing. In front, Riggins. Can't quite get it. Cleared away by Georgia. Tamoy, and he's feeling a little bit of pressure from Georgia's forecheck. A little bit of miscommunication there. Shot goes wide. Georgia now with the puck. Got about 10 seconds left, and they're just trying to freeze it a little bit, kill some time here. Sends it back down for Bonsukin. Through to the neutral zone now. Here comes South Carolina. We're back at full strength. Shot goes wide. Thrown back in by Bonsukin. It's Marcella out there making some noise happen on the forecheck. Georgia now in the offensive zone. Has at it. Denied. Almost had it on the rebound, but good defense. Sent in front. Nobody home. Some great defense there from South Carolina, helping out their goalie, Tyler Tamoyan, a little bit. And here comes Tashin. Wins the puck through
great
the middle.
pass.
Oh,
fell over
just
his
can't quite
skates.
find it. Georgia the other way.
Momentum is swinging from the left to the right.
Yep, drop pass through the middle. Saved by Tamoyan. Oh my goodness, great one-on-one save there from Tyler Tamoyan. Helping out the Cox. Georgia now still with it. They're gonna dump it in. That's Max Baxter now on for the Cox. Sends it around for Clavin. Georgia now in front of the net.
The crowd is going wild, Pflugi.
Yeah, they're getting a little involved here. Clavin now on the hustle. They're gonna ice it. Tell you, it's a little chilly in here, but it's heating up with these fans, I'll tell you what.
Nothing like a good Gamecocks cheer.
Yeah. And once again, it is packed in like sardines here in the Plex, out in this flight trampoline park here in Irmo, South Carolina. A little bit of pyramids of, looks like to be cans of water down there. A couple of them. People enjoying their night, staying hydrated here at the Plex. Again, we're back to full strike, 13:30 left in the second period here. No goals yet. South Carolina, some pretty darn good opportunities though. Face off in the defensive zone for the Cox. Flaherty back to get it. Van Molen trying to clear it out. He does so successfully. Georgia sends it right back in. South Carolina behind the net. Georgia, an interception. Throws it in front. Tamoyan fighting for his life. Ref right on top of it.
Oh, a fight over there
Georgia
in the
thinks it's a
corner.
goal. The fans do not.
Oh, he's giving him a hug,
Oh, I think George,
wrapping him up.
I believe that's George Clavin. Oh, and there's everybody's starting to find a dance partner here. Oh my Lord, are you kidding me? I don't know how these are not going in. Must be some like magnet repulsion or something between
In the back of the net.
puck and the nets. I mean, we had the one on this end where Hagen somehow kept it out, and Tamoyan, as much as I love him, I have no idea how that didn't go in.
Both goalies have been making some impressive diving saves today for sure.
They're having a night. They are having a night. I believe it's Puskar on the draw. No, my corrections, that is Baxter on the face-off for South Carolina. Sends it around for Clavin. Working it back now, Angelo Costignano. And the Dogs, a little more aggressive here halfway through the second period, just about. But South Carolina giving it right back to them. Going the other way, Clavin. Oh my Lord. Georgia able to try and clear it. Hits the ref, part of the ice though. Georgia now on the offense. Through the middle, nobody home. We'll go back into the neutral zone. Georgia will reset. Dumped in by the Dogs. Dogs now behind the net. Oh my
what
goodness.
a hit.
And Baxter lays him out. The ref certainly didn't like it though, and neither did the Georgia Ice Dawgs. They're gonna let him know. I'm all for some physical hockey there.
It avoided the head. He dropped his
It
shoulder.
looked all right to me.
Looked like a clean hit from here.
Yeah, the ref must have seen something we didn't. So I'll take his word for it. But again, that is Matthew Baxter. Again, he had a little bit of a misstep earlier in the game, early in the first period, but since then, it's been absolutely on fire. I mean, all over the place. Skating his butt off, really. And you love to see that kind of hustle. I'm also a big fan of this little swag surf that's going on here in the Plex.
Oh yeah, right in front of us.
Yeah, fans are
getting
Feeling
really
swaggy.
into the game.
And you know I'm on. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's
swear.
right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Should break that out of the football games a little bit more.
That always is a good one when
Always
it
is a
plays.
good one. All right, coming back here. Again, Georgia on the power play. I believe it is their third of the night. Cox able to clear early. In South Carolina, putting their speedsters out there. They got Enzo Finelli, Casavario Marcella. Just on the forecheck. They've been creating havoc all night.
Good pressure by South Carolina.
Yep, there's Finelli applying the pressure. Works very well in tandem with Marcella on that forecheck there. On a hit. Marchese now, also back there. Playing defense. Oh, great physicality there from Marchese. It's back behind the net. Georgia ends up with it. DuBois now will clear it away. I believe DuBois is the only non-Italian name on this on the ice right now for the Cox. No longers. Finelli will sub out. Georgia now cross ice, cross the neutral zone, dumps it in. Marchese back to get it. And some contact there. Great physicality from Marchese in front.
Oh,
Shot
no.
saved by Samoyan. Kick
Great
save.
knee save.
Hits the ref in the shoulder. Opportunity
Oh,
for South
1-on-1.
Carolina.
Oh.
Shot save. Oh, Richatelli almost had it. Shot again. Scooped up by Hagen. Oh, my Lanta.
That was a great chance right there from South Carolina. Would have been cool if they capitalized on it. We still got 10 minutes, though, left in the second period.
Yeah, 10:49 to go. 42 seconds on the power play. That was almost a short-handed goal there from Richatelli. My goodness. And again, let's go back to the goal down in South Carolina's. And I mean, he was walking right down Gervais Street. I mean, and Samoyan makes a beautiful kick save. South Carolina will win off the tie-up. Big fan of the tie-up, I gotta say. Colin Reed trying to apply some pressure. Georgia, though, able to fight through it. Across the neutral zone. Great physicality there. Georgia will dump it in. Flaherty back to field it. Oh, intercepted by Georgia in the middle. Shot. Saved by Samoyan.
What a save. Was that with his glove or his knee?
I believe he got it with the glove.
He scooped it.
Samoyan. Can't say enough about his play tonight. He's been electric, but still a lot of hockey left to be played. And they killed
Long
the power
pass
play. Over
through
to
the
Van
neutral
Molen.
zone.
Got an opportunity. Shot. No goal. That was number 23 for South Carolina in front of the net trying to get a tip, and I have been told it's not Ben Richatelli, it's Carson Scove. Something wrong on the roster sheet, so all the credit I've given to Ben Richatelli. Go ahead and hand it to Carson Scove. He's been having a heck of a night. Again, we mentioned earlier he had those shots on the power play. He's been letting it rip. It's been really a lot of the offense has run through him tonight. Again, that's Carson Scove for South Carolina. Pusker now with it in the central zone. Oh, Georgia ends up with it with speed now. Deflected away by Marvin. Over now to Bonsukin. Bonsukin off the wall, gets it out. Scove now. Up to Puskar. Puskar dumps it in. Scove to go get it. And Marvin doing a great job stepping up. Kept in by Puskar. Marvin now, feeling dangerous. Through the middle, shot.
Oh,
Save
it's
it
loose,
from the
it's
net.
loose.
Still a loose puck. Fumble.
We have a
He's got
dog
it. Shot.
pile in front of the net.
Oh my Lord. I mean, that was Marvin. Passed it originally to the middle. Couldn't quite get it home. Loose puck as Hagen sold out for it. Marvin ended up with it. Shot it high in the net. What an absolute cluster that was. But South Carolina now an opportunity. Puskar through the defender.
Through the legs.
Then he scores!
What a shot by Puskar. He megged him. Little backhand action, great stick handling.
Goodness. Jake Puskar, are you kidding me? He goes right through the defender, finishes with the backhand around Hagen, and gets the party started for South Carolina. Chelsea's dagger ringing throughout the Plex. Jake Puskar will be hearing this song a lot more, and I mean, my goodness, what a move from Puskar.
What a move.
Yeah, number 8 on the jersey. He's got a C to go along with it, and there's a reason.
South Carolina needed that. Let's hope they keep the momentum going forward.
Yeah, a lot of momentum here for South Carolina. And after the beautiful goal from Jake Puskar. Again, if you're at home, I highly encourage you to rewind the live stream and look at that one more time. I wish I could. Anyways, now back to the action. Georgia in the offensive zone. Shot, score.
Oh, a stick is shattered on the ice.
Oh my goodness, that's number 13, Ryan Bailey out of Sewanee, Georgia. Just goes right through the 5-hole of Tyler Samoyan. And as quickly as the Cocks took the lead, they lost it.
Pflugi, this game's gonna be one of like an eye for an eye.
Yeah, and some great aggression there from Georgia. Again, we talked about, they came out into the second period a little more of a fire. Yeah, there's about 8:37 left in the period now. All tied up at 1-1, just like that.
You know, props to them for not getting down after the 1-0 2-second lead.
Yeah, all tied up again, back at square one. Almost a high stick there. Refs will let it play. Shot by Cullen Reed will go wide. After the save from Hagen, excuse me. And it will go for an icing. Again, I believe the assist on Puskar's goal was from Tommy Marvin. We talked about him earlier. He had 33 last year, and there's another one this year. We're getting the party started again. Off of the icing, offensive face-off here for South Carolina. Won by Georgia. And is send it along the wall. Great deflection pass. Georgia now with it in the offensive. Throws in the middle, nobody home. John Riggins off the wall. Up to Reed on the forecheck. Riggins also making his presence known. 7:55 left in the second. Great hit from Reed, open ice. Riggins now with some momentum.
He has a man open.
Passes to the middle. Trying to sneak it by. Couldn't quite get it. Again, beautiful pass to Nico Toshin. Toshin trying to get a nice little deflection in the back corner. Good save from Hagen, and he got a little support there.
Great hustle by Colin Reed, getting up the ice.
Yeah. And that was Tyler Stewart, defense or winger for Georgia, all the way getting back and helping his goalie out a little bit. Almost 2-1 there. I mean, that was a great pass there from Riggins. Nico hit the slot perfectly, just couldn't quite get it to go. And now on the face-off, Savario Marcella. They'll come back to Marchese. Marchese to the middle, back to Marcella. Shot, saved by Hagen. Finelli on the hit. Marchese back with it. He takes a hit. Marcella. Back to Finelli, behind the net.
The Gamecocks not giving up possession in this offensive zone.
Marchese shot, good deflection there from Georgia. Sent back in by DuBois. Ooh, big contact there. And here comes Georgia. They've got a 2-on-2 about. Toe drag shot, deflected up into the bleachers.
Ooh.
A little bit of extracurricular there. And fans are upset about it. Georgia's upset about it. For being honest, South Carolina's the only one that's not really making a big deal out of it. And didn't quite see all of it. It looked like two of the guys kind of got tripped up on the backtrack there.
Yeah, and like fell into each other.
Yeah, we got 7:04 left in the second period. Gonna see a little line change here from both teams. And I haven't seen anything official yet, but a lot of contact, a little bit of chippiness here. And first game of the season, you know these guys are chomping at the bit. Defensive face-off for South Carolina. And Finelli wins it back to Dunphy. Sends it over to Clavin, puts it in the middle for Finelli. Finelli with speed. Back to Clavin. Clavin throws in the middle. Not quite. Georgia now with it. Sends it down, Dunphy to get it. He's got a man on. Back behind his own net. Finds his way around, he's got speed now. Dunphy versus the world. Gets by, man. Ends up with the puck. It's taken down. Fans don't like it. Clavin on the forecheck. Back in the corner for Georgia. Oh, Brendan Flaherty, a big hit. Team president there with the executive order. South Carolina, they're just looking to catch some bodies here. Again, Owen Noonan with a couple of big shots. Tip by Noonan, will be no icing. Scove now on the forecheck. Georgia back in their own end. Scove ends up with it in front of the net, looking for a friend. Finds Tommy Marvin to the middle. Tip, oh my
I thought
goodness.
that was in up there.
It's barely wide. Lucas Van Mullen had the opportunity of a century. He's got it behind the net now. Defense from Georgia ends up with the puck, and they're heading the other way. What an opportunity there for Van Mullen. Georgia now with some speed. Tries to sneak one in, not quite. In front of the net now, Georgia. Shot deflected. Georgia now throwing it back in. Again, this is looking like a different Georgia team since South Carolina scored that first goal. Deflected. Oh, and it finds its way in. That is Wyatt McAvoy, number 17, with a little deflection, caught Samoyan off guard and makes the score 2-1 Ice Dawgs.
It's going to be crucial how the Gamecocks respond right now.
Yeah, first time you're down all season. It's unprecedented territory. Want to make sure you're in the right spot. They've still got 5 minutes, 8 seconds left here in the second period, and third period, who knows what could happen. And again, that goal, I mentioned it, Georgia really has been playing a lot hotter after the first intermission, and especially after that first South Carolina goal. They get a nice little tip in. Here going the other way, Riggins shot wide. Toshin trying to find Riggins, intercepted by Georgia. Reed with it, sends it around. Tommy Marvin trying to find it. Will hit the netting, go out of play. Riggins now on the face-off, 4:38 to go. Cox down by 1. Shot from Marvin, deflected. Looks like it hit Reed in a bad spot. Georgia now the other way. Great defense there.
Sliding save.
Believe that's Bonsukin there. Throwing in the little LB-RB, getting in front of it. Great hustle there from Bonsukin to stop a great opportunity from Georgia. This game very easily could have been 3-1. But now the Cox going the other way. Here's Scove. He's going to have at it. Saved by Tamoyan.
Oh, a hit after the whistle blew.
Lord. That's Scove and Toshin and Riggins all tangled up down there. It really looked more like Georgia was looking for an excuse to get mad at somebody, they pushed Scove into
It does
Hagen.
look like that. The play was over.
Yeah. Taking the draw here for South Carolina, Jake Pushkar. He's got Scove to his left. He's gonna go and try to win it off the tie-up. Back in the corner. Scove loses it. Kick pass to Van Mullen. Pushkar in the corner. Sends it around the horn. Shot through the middle, deflection, saved by Hagen. Scove almost had a very similar goal to Georgia's. But now the Bulldogs going the other way, or Ice Dogs rather. Great deflection there. South Carolina's back check has been fairly decent so far this game. South Carolina ends up with it. Scove will send it down. Van Mullen applying some pressure behind the net. He ends up with it. And little over 3 minutes left here in the second. Pushkar trying to find a friend. Great defense from Georgia. They're going to send it down to Moyen to play it. South Carolina able to get rid of it. Van Mullen now dumps it. A lot of speed here. Shot. Saved by Hagen. My goodness, there was some pace on that one.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again. Yeah, I learned the things of William Wesley. You can never change it.
And I'm going to go ahead and just deem the line the Italian line. Yeah, the line I. All right, we got Marcella, we got Finelli, we got Marchesi out there. Marchesi, great job holding the line there.
We might have to start calling them the Italian Stallions with the amount of hits and punches
Oh,
we've seen
know.
tonight.
It's an Italian stampede out there. And puck will go for icing. Sent back the other way. I wonder if any of them are lefty. Now we got, yeah. Finelli's a lefty. He would be the Italian, little Rocky Balboa action there, southpaw.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, he was a lefty, no? Rocky.
He was.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
No, I think I remember. It's been a minute.
Adrian.
Back to the action.
Yeah. Little side note right there.
Yeah. South Carolina wins the face-off. In 2:30 left. Oh, the pyramid of water cans just toppled over. Fans not happy about that. Meanwhile, there's a hockey game going on.
Truly
Nelly behind the net, puts it in front. No dice. Great save by Hagen. Oh, and a big hit there. Looks like it might have misfired. Marvin applying some pressure in the back. Marchesi trying to get it out. South Carolina now with it in the defensive end. Throws it up. Great forecheck there. Marcella couldn't get anything to go. Georgia now through the blue line. Shot, saved by Tamoyan. Throws in the middle, denied by Baxter. And that will clear. Georgia will reset down the other end. Delayed offsides will stunt the Georgia offensive attempt and give South Carolina an opportunity potentially. Scove now with it. Waits for his men. Gets it across the line. Scove through the middle. Shot wide. Pushkar with it on the right. Scove behind the net. To the middle. Shot.
Great sharing of the puck.
Rebound. Nothing good. Good shot attempt there from Du Bois. Couldn't get anything. Shot again from Dunphy. It's straight up. Rebound. It's an absolute dog pile. Oh, my. And that was John Riggins trying to get something to happen, and he's a little upset about that opportunity. He's going to let Wyatt McAvoy know about it. I don't know if I've seen that one before. A little pop fly right on the crease. Oh, and they're getting
chippy out there.
Oh, chippy. Riggins is letting them know. Carson Scove is letting them know. sure they're talking about how their day went, how their studious classes went.
Yeah, talking about their last exam.
Yeah. It'll be an offensive face-off here for South Carolina. You see, we gotta love the. Oh no, it'll go to the neutral zone. Gotta love the leadership here from number 3, Brendan Flaherty. Again, he's the club president. Going up to some of his guys like, hey, you know, let's zone back in a little bit. Obviously, you love that fire. Sometimes you need it, but when you're down 1 minute left to go in the second period, you know, you need to stay cool a little bit here. And Brendan Flaherty bringing his guys back down to earth. Cleared away by Georgia. Back up to Skov. Skov to Pushkar. Pushkar down the left side. And he's going to get tripped. They call the penalty. Pushkar draws it with nothing but pure speed.
The fans right now are enraged.
And, oh, I might be a little enraged too. That's a number 7, Bill Martin back there. With a couple of shoves trying to find his stick. South Carolina, 46.8 seconds here left. They're gonna have a man up. Would be absolutely massive if they could sneak a goal here. I will say though, how do you feel about having the penalty kind of split between 2 periods?
You know, I mean, if you're gonna have the time to capitalize on it, now would be the time. I think getting this goal right before the third.
Sorry to cut you off there. They're going to throw Carson Skov in the box as well. Might have mentioned some maybe some vocab words on his English homework that he wasn't supposed to mention. Not quite sure. I didn't quite see anything, but you know they'll toss you. They're trying to get control of this game as much as they can, but how much can you control a couple wild animals having a hockey game?
No, you really can't. Just got to let them loose, let them play.
Yeah. And again, that's head coach Alan Sarah trying to figure out what's happening, chatting with the refs a little bit. Again, there originally it was a tripping call on Bill Martin as he got Jake Pushkar. So he was making a push on the left side and a little bit of extracurriculars. They're going to pop Skov for it. They won't go a man down, though, so South Carolina will still have the power play, but I believe Skov will be unable to sub in for the next 2 minutes, and we mentioned it. He's really been a lot of the power play, applying a lot of pressure from the left wing. Had some nice slap shots earlier, nice passes through the middle. That's a big loss for South Carolina.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, scoring here would be huge for the Gamecocks, especially going into our last period. Having a tie game, I think it's just going to enhance the intensity here. Face off here in the offensive end.
Brendan Flaherty, shot. No dice. Taken away. Oh, hits the ref again. Cleared away by Georgia. 30 seconds left in the period. South Carolina man up. Here come the Cocks. Through the middle, Marvin. He's got Reed with him. Finds Reed in the corner. Riggins now on the side. Sends it over to Flaherty. Flaherty cross ice. Marvin.
Moving
back
the puck.
to Riggins. Shot. Saved by Hagan. And that will be the period. When we come back, South Carolina will have a minute 14.
At the end of the second period, the score is 2-1.
Man advantage. Again, Georgia is up 2-1 as it stands right now, but still plenty of hockey left to be played. The Rooster from Allison Change will play us out. We'll see you for some third period action right after this. There's only so many two-word terms in sports that I'm a big fan of. Overtime, touchdown, even though technically that's one word. Game 7, one of the more underrated two-word combos. Third period.
Ooh, good lead up to that one.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, you know, again, normally in other sports you get the quarters, but third period, there only being 3, it really does add a little bit more pressure, a little bit higher stakes here.
It totally does. I think the Gamecocks are going to come out really emphasizing speed through the neutral zone to put some pressure on Bulldog defense.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm a big fan of this Italian line. Again, they were really just giving it to Georgia. But I got to say, credit to Georgia. Again, we mentioned it, coming out of the second period and coming out after being down 1-0 for approximately 3 seconds. They have really turned it up a little bit.
They have a little grit to them.
They have. They've got some fight. Coach Alan Sarah and Kakaki looking to see a little bit of fight themselves over the next 20 minutes. They will start on the power play, minute 14 after the trip on push car.
100%. This is where management is key from Gamecock head coach. He needs to tell his players to stay composed and to go out there and have the mindset that this game is attainable.
Yeah, and it really, I mean, it's only a one-goal game. It's only a one-goal game. Cox have gotten some pretty good opportunities, but
They do.
what would you like to see them do a little bit more offensively, especially on the power play?
I think swinging the puck around more. I mean, you're up 1 on a power play, so hypothetically or theoretically, whatever the word you want to use is there should be one man open. I understand, like, Georgia Bulldogs have done a great job of cutting off those angles towards the open person, but I just think that we need to put it in the back of the net. To put it quite simply, yeah.
And to start the third here for South Carolina, John Riggins, Jake Pushkar, Colin Reed in the back, Brendan Flaherty, Tommy Marvin, and here we go. As Tim Tebow would say, 20 minutes for the rest of your lives.
I love Tim Tebow.
Love Tim Tebow. Riggins now down the right. Trying to maybe dump it in the middle. Passes to Flaherty. It's going to deflect up and out of bounds. But a hot start there to second period as we are just 13 seconds in. We had a nice little football combo there, Tebow into Riggins.
The fans in the back of the Georgia net are going crazy making faces.
Yeah,
Take a look.
A little student section action back there. Hype squad, if you will. Brendan Flaherty over on the left side, back to Marvin. Marvin dancing on the blue line, over to Riggins. Riggins, he's got Reed in front of the net, trying to squeak it in. There's a fight for it. Hagen doing his best to keep it out. The refs say no goal. Great effort there by Isaac Hagen. We've been talking about him all night, and he does it again.
He has been playing exceptionally good tonight. However, Colin Reed, that was a great camp out right in front of the goal. Because a lot of times the puck is loose in front and all you need is a little tap in.
Yeah, that misdirection, I mean, it got Samoan earlier. We saw it. Trying to get a cheeky one over Hagen here. Again, still same line out there for the Cox and the Ice Dawgs as well. Riggins on the draw. Georgia wins it. Sent around, but fielded by Flaherty. Oh, and he didn't quite get control of it, but it went up and tipped one of the gloves hanging off the Georgia bench. As a coach, you hate to see that. That's what, I don't know, in Pee Wee and all that, you know, you have the little bench down there. You just go ahead and pop
Yeah,
a
they
squat.
do seem to be hanging over.
Oh, they are hanging over all the way. Looking like my neighbor's front yard right now. South Carolina now with the puck in their own zone. A little under 30 seconds left on the power play. Flaherty back to Marvin. Trying to work it up through the zone. 20 seconds.
Ooh.
Marvin, a misfire. Georgia,
no.
an opportunity. Saved by Samoan.
That was
Riggins
a big
now.
save by Gamecock goalie.
Yeah, Samoan. He's had a couple of them. Riggins now down the right side. Good defense there from Georgia. Marvin keeping it in, but that will be the power play. Puck sent down. Georgia to go get it. Pushkar on the back check. Oh, loses it. Sent to the middle. Denied by South Carolina. Sent the other way. And finally, the South Carolina will get a line change, but Colin Reed, he's staying out there. He wants some more. The boy making some noise. Marchese back to get it out behind Tamoyan. Here's Finelli now, down the left side. Getting a little physical out there. Ooh, friendly fire as the boy runs right into Stickley. The boy now, up to Stickley. Stickley dumps it down for Finelli. Finelli back to Du Bois. Down there in the corner, behind the net goes Du Bois. Marchese and Riggins back. And Georgia ends up with it after some good physical defense.
Great interception.
Yeah, Finelli's been on forecheck. Here comes Marcella. Oh, save! Back to the middle, denied by the defense. It looked like there might have been an extracurricular trip there, but not before Marcella could have a shot at it. And he had a lot of daylight there. Here comes Stickley down the left. Behind the goal now. Gonna get a delayed penalty. Will go in favor of South Carolina behind the net. Trying to capitalize. Shot! Wide!
Ooh, that was close.
Riggins now with it. Tips, not a possessive touch. Again, South Carolina up 6 now since they took the goalie out with a delayed penalty. South Carolina swinging it around again as Georgia just needs a possessive touch. Almost tipped it in, Finelli did. And that will pause for a penalty. My goodness, a lot of action happening there. 16:47 left in the third, and South Carolina will go on what feels like their 100th power play of the night. Have not yet converted. What do they need to do to convert?
You know, I don't know. That's a great question. I think they need to dig deep right here.
Yeah.
They have had quite a few shots, though, during the power plays. They just haven't been able to put one back yet.
Yeah. You know, I really like Scove out here on the power play. He's not there yet, but he was electric earlier. But still got some absolute firepower up there with Pushkar, Reed, Flaherty. Goes back to Marvin. Leave Riggins to join them as well. Reed back to Pushkar in the corner. Swinging it around. Marvin fakes the shot, throws at it. Can't quite get it, just a little wide of the net. Marvin, top of the key, over to Flaherty. Flaherty working through the middle, denied by Georgia. Pushkar, back to Riggins, to the front, deflected. Brendan Flaherty had a golden opportunity. Reed now with it, can't quite get it to go. Riggins to Marvin, and Brendan Flaherty wants it over the left side. He had almost a one-timer there, but great penalty kill from Georgia. Just over a minute on the power play here. Marvin from the top, shot, deflected out of play. I believe that was Pushkar trying to get a little tip into the goal. Couldn't quite get it to land.
This is promising, though, for the Gamecocks. They've been taking much more shots during the power plays than they did in previous periods.
They're getting a lot to flow here. But again, that Georgia power kill has, to their credit, been very effective so far.
It has.
Draw won by South Carolina. Marvin dancing on the blue line. Sends it down. Swings it back to Marvin on the left. He's got Flaherty up top. Looking dangerous. Throws one on net. Saved by Hagen. Trying to get the rebound. It's loose.
It's loose.
Marvin ends up with it. Back to the corner. Trying to feed the middle here from the corner. A little give and go with Marvin back there. Flaherty now with it. Throws it in the middle. Can't quite get it. Georgia able to clear. 20 seconds left on the power play for South Carolina. Tamoyan to field it. South Carolina going to get some fresh skates out there. Riggins with it. Trying to build up some momentum. Good forecheck there from Georgia. Riggins now. Off the right side. Shot. Save. Rebound. Not quite. Dunphy now. Back around to Riggins. Over in the corner. Assist. Oh, not quite. Good defense there from Georgia. Bonsukin at the top.
That's
Big
a
hit from
massive
Georgia.
hit.
Fans don't like it. Carolina's still with the puck.
They were moving the puck pretty well up until that massive hit.
Yeah. I believe that was Riggins, just took an absolute chin shot there. Georgia feeling the pressure. We're back at full strength. And another successful Georgia penalty kill. As that's Van Mullen back to get it over to Bonsukin. Back to Van Mullen. Oh, and Bonsukin catches an elbow. Van Mullen now through the neutral zone. Oh no, my apologies, that's Dunphy to the middle. Looking for a shot is Marcella. Can't quite find it. Marcella again, not there. Hagen loses the stick, he ends up with it. Oh my, it's absolute chaos on the floor. On a miscue from Dunphy. Thrown in the middle, negated by Tamoyan. Georgia keeps it in the offensive zone. Van Mullen now to apply some pressure. Through the middle. No dice. Bonsukin back to get it. Sends it up. Van Mullen tip. Van Mullen ends up with it. I believe that's Marcella a little bit off sides. South Carolina to reset. Here comes South Carolina. Nice little spin move down the right side to the middle. Shot wide. Now here comes Georgia. They've got a 3-on-2. And offsides. Oh my. That could have been the break that Georgia was looking for to go up 2 in this game. Again, they almost had the opportunity earlier. But as we stand with 12:52, still 2-1.
I will say Georgia has done a pretty good job of keeping the pressure up on Carolina's defensive end.
Indeed they have. Indeed they have. Ball fielded, puck rather, fielded by Tamoyan. South Carolina to get it. Pushkar ends up with it. Flips it up. Fielded by Georgia. Saved by Tamoyan. Again saved by Tamoyan. They're just throwing everything they can at him. Clavin trying to get it out. Pushkar finds it. He's got Newnham with him. Pushkar puts on the brakes. Sends a guy flying. Newnham's up there trying to get the puck.
The fans are cheering his ankles, his ankles. It's electric in here.
Oh my. Oh, it's an absolute battle over there in the corner. There's Newnham making a name for himself. Pushkar fighting for the puck. Angelo with some pressure, and Du Bois ends up with it. Pass to the middle will be dumped in the corner. Georgia going for a line change. Du Bois behind the net with it. Over to Angelo. Back to Marcella. Marcella up. Dumped in by Stickley. And Finelli once again on that forecheck. Great hit there. Kept in by Carolina. Stickley now looking to go with it somewhere. Deflected, stays in play. Good shot there from Stickley. Might have even been going for the pass. Kept in by Du Bois. Stickley fighting on the line. Georgia able to get it up and out of the zone. Du Bois trying to get back. Pass from Georgia. Shot.
Oh, what a shot.
Score. Just on the glove side of Tyler Tamoyan. We'll bring our score to 3-1.
Caught the right side netting.
Now, 11:05 left to go in the third period. And the Gamecocks have got a secret weapon. They've got something in the back pocket. They've got that that halftime speech.
You got to bring it out now.
Now is the time.
Georgia has not let their foot off the gas.
No, yeah, ever since South Carolina took that lead, it's really been Georgia. Again, South Carolina's had a fair share of opportunities. A lot of chaos happening down there with Isaac Hagen. Georgia keeper, credit where credit's due. He's done a very good job so far, and very aggressive off the draw as Riggins goes right towards Hagen. Oh, and some forecheck there from Georgia. Flaherty ends up with it though, able to send it back to the neutral zone. Reed up the wall to Flaherty. Flaherty to Riggins to Flaherty. Sends it deflected up and out of play. And the fans that were so jovial and excited earlier, feeling a little frustrated.
A little dull right now.
Nothing like a good South Carolina fan telling their team to to do what they want to do. I know I'm going to do a lot of that tomorrow against the Vanderbilt game. I definitely know better than any of our offensive coordinators do.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, meanwhile, 10:41 here in the third. Riggins on the draw. Got Flaherty back. He's got Dunphy back. He's got Toshin up with him, along with Colin Reed. Georgia able to get it through Brendan Flaherty. But great back check there from Dunphy. Flaherty now fighting his way back. He's making a push. Toshin's with him. Reed is with him. Fighting through the middle. Great defense from Georgia. Dunphy tries to send it back in. Georgia has other ideas. They're going to go the other way. Riggins trying to track back.
Big hit.
Gets a big piece of the Georgia Ice Dawgs. Now Brendan Flaherty on the other side. It's going to be sent away by Georgia. Great back check there from Riggins. I don't know if you've seen that one college football clip, but he did not want the ball. He wanted him. And again, that's some of the aggression that Coach Alan Sarraz is probably looking for here in the last 10 minutes here of the third period. Down by 2. We did mention it earlier, though.
They're going to have to find another gear if they want to come back from this one.
Yeah, most dangerous lead in sports is that 2-point lead. South Carolina ends up with it, throws in the middle. Oh, my goodness. And I believe
some Gamecocks players swimming in the back of the net.
I believe Evan Moore, who started the penalty party, rather, shoved one of our South Carolina players into the net, and he's going to go to the box for that. Can't quite make out who was shoved in. Looks like it might have been Du Bois. No, Pushkar. Shoved him right into the net. Hey, and listen, I'm not going to take sides here, but you're going to send Coach Scove off for saying a couple SAT words, and you know, I mean, come on, let's do something.
No, I
here.
agree with you. I feel like the aggression has been mainly one-sided.
Georgia's confused. Not sure what about.
Who knows?
Granted, they don't have our beautiful viewpoint brought to us by the lovely people working out here at the Flight Trampoline Park, the Ice Plex, locally as it's known. Nice little booth up here. I'm kind of liking it.
I heard the players are going to jump on the trampolines after this. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but.
We'll see how they're feeling after the next 9 minutes 53. I'll tell you what, though, for the next 2 minutes, though, South Carolina will have yet another opportunity to capitalize on the power play. Pushkar wins it back. Riggins. Over in the corner to the middle. Reed, shot, goal! And Reed tucks it past Hagen.
That was a big goal for South Carolina. Hopefully they can turn this, feel the crowd's energy, and turn it into another point. The crowd is going electric right now.
Yeah, just 9 seconds into the power play, Reed nets it off a beautiful pass. Brings the score to 3-2, and we got a new hockey game here in Irmo, South Carolina.
Hopefully the Gamecocks can convert the energy in the crowd onto the ice.
Yeah, this crowd has also seen a new life themselves. I believe the assist on that was Pushkar, but I'll confirm when they announce that. In the meantime, Marvin gets it out of the zone. Little dump pass there. Pushkar, push on the pace, gets back on sides. Scove now, back in the game. Trying to find the middle. Can't quite get there. Maintains possession. Back to Bonsukin. Shot, deflection over the net. Shot to the middle. Not quite. Again, Pushkar is playing a little bit of speed here. Pushkar in the middle. Can't quite get the shot off. Gets the puck again. Fake shot, back in.
Oh!
In front of the net.
Yeah!
Score!
I spoke too soon, Pflugi.
South Carolina ties it up at 3-3.
And the way we open this game, talking about a 2-point deficit being one of the hardest to come back from. Within minutes, South Carolina responded.
And it is absolutely electric here in Irmo. I believe that was Lucas Van Mullen on the goal there. Absolutely great finish off of some great hustle from the man wearing the C, Jake Pushkar. He got the party started. He's keeping the party going. We're all tied up. 9 minutes, 3 seconds to go. Sophia, are you feeling the energy in this building right now?
I'm feeling the energy right now. I'm like so excited. I honestly I didn't foresee them tying it up within a couple minutes. It's quite amazing. But they're doing a great job keeping possession right now, and it's really gonna set the tone of the game right here. Oh, I thought they were about to put that in the back of the net.
Hey, shades of my friend Mo, last name Mentum. South Carolina,
that was a good one.
Gonna be smart, played safe, but Georgia again. I mean, I tell you, they are not going away. It's still a tie game. Shot deep, caught by Samoyan.
Great glove save. Both teams are not letting up.
Not at all. South Carolina's got a new life, and I mean, Georgia, again, they've been playing with some sort of fire ever since that first period. 3-3, and Kendrick Lamar making an appearance in the PA system. Again, once again, we'd like to thank all of our production staff here. PA has been great. I like that guy, and the playlist has been great. Also like to real quick shout out our camera work from Doug Andreuzzi and tech side Mary Dess. You guys have been doing a great job. Wouldn't be able to do it without them. In the game here, Dunphy, full head of steam. Dumps it down. Trying to get a little cheeky one there. And they're gonna call goal off. Just barely tipped it. That's a once you get the goal off once, I've noticed it tends to come off a couple more times.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Again, would love to confirm who that assist was on both those goals, but they only announced the one. So we will let you know as soon as we get information. South Carolina wins the draw. Flaherty with it. Nice little move. Crosses to the other side. And he's got a couple nice moves there, does Flaherty. Throws it in the middle, deflected through. They just announced the Van Mullen goal, assisted by Pushkar, I believe. In the meantime, huge save there from Hagen. There's a little extracurricular activity happening on the right side. I believe that is John Riggins getting tied up with one of the Georgia Ice Dawgs. Oh, he didn't actually announce who assisted it, did he? It was Pushkar who assisted the Van Mullen goal. We'll get back to you on who assisted the Colin Reed goal. Oh, they're gonna pop Riggins for this one.
John Riggins has been beefing with a couple of Georgia players this game. But you know what? I honestly love to see it. I love to see the competitiveness, and this is truly an amazing game right now.
Yeah, he's here to play ball. They're going to send him to the box. Again, it was kind of out of the play, so not quite sure what happened. Pushkar having a conversation with the ref, making sure that everyone's on the same page. Looks like, again, that is John Riggins going to go to the box. South Carolina going to be a man down for the next 2 minutes. 8:12 left in the third. We're all tied up at 3. Colin Reed on the faceoff. Georgia ends up with it.
You know, Pflugi, as we were talking about John Riggins, it is a bummer he's in the box right now.
Shot goes
In the
wide.
2024 season, he averaged 49 total points, which led the D1 division, which is
My
pretty
goodness.
insane.
Yeah, and again, we haven't really mentioned it, but South Carolina hockey and a lot of Southern hockey, for that matter, has changed what league they're playing in. It used to be AAU, moved over to ACHA. I was talking about it with President Brendan Flaherty a couple days ago. We were talking about some hockey. And so far, it's ended up pretty well for South Carolina. Again, they're in their own little conference with a bunch of SEC teams. Georgia Tech's thrown in there as well. A lot of teams they played in AAU Division I, now in ACHA Division II. I've been told from a few sources, though, that ACHA Division I, the next division up.
Ooh.
Oh, as there's looks to be a big penalty there against Georgia, as there's still a minute penalty, or a minute of the power play left for Georgia. South Carolina trying to capitalize on something here. Scove is going to get sandwiched, and that will stop play. 50 seconds left on the penalty for South Carolina, but it will be 4-on-4 as the penalty on Georgia will negate that. Yeah.
Pflugi, I'm curious to hear more about the comparison between AAU and like the ranking in which it stands. Tell me more.
Yes, AAU. There's kind of a lot of teams moved out of it. I don't know the exact specifics, but there's just a little bit of a mass exodus, President Brendan Flaherty was telling me. And they ended up in ACHA, which is a very established, very premier division. Saying ACHA Division I, a lot of people say is equivalent to NCAA D3. So this is pretty high-level hockey being played here. Again, we are ACHA Division II here. But they did pretty good for themselves. Had a couple AAU championships.
Big hit behind the Carolina net.
Barnsukin gets rocked. Hoping to bring some of that success over to the ACHA. Played through again. 4-on-4 hockey, a little bit more space. Speed is a little bit more of a factor, as is exquisite passing. Georgia now behind their own net. 15 seconds left of the 4-on-4, and then South Carolina will have a power play for about a minute. Georgia now into the offensive zone. Big hit there from Van Mullen. That will go. Be saved by Tyler Tamoyan, yet another one. And 4 seconds left of the 4-on-4. And then South Carolina will have their own penalty for a minute and 10. It only took them 9 seconds on the last one.
Did.
But they are about 1 for 7 on the night, so either of these teams would love to be able to take advantage here. The South Carolina fans trying to
chirp the Bulldogs through
Yeah.
the plexiglass.
maybe say, hey, you want to go grab some lunch later? You know,
All
whatever
nice
they're
things,
saying
I'm
there.
sure.
Oh, yeah,
Asking
sure.
for the Snapchat,
Oh,
probably.
of course, yeah. You know hockey players. Georgia now sending it cross ice again. South Carolina now on the power play. Marvin with it, with some speed. Passes up to Pushkar, weaving through defenders. Passed out wide. Marvin at the top, takes a shot. He's got Scove out wide to the left. Good defense there from Georgia. Tipped forward by Riggins. It's Scove, it's Reed. It's gonna end up Pushkar fighting for it. He's gonna dump it down. Ogden called off by the defender. Fielded by Riggins. He's got an opportunity shot. Looks like it might have hit the post and gone across the net. What a potential opportunity there, excuse me, for South Carolina, as Georgia will clear it away, and that will be the power play. Again, only had 50 seconds, or 110, 1 minute 10 on that one. 3-3, just under 5 minutes here in the third period. South Carolina trying to get through the neutral zone. Again, Georgia, a lot more pressure than they previously had. And I believe that was Pushkar trying to dump it down. Denied by Georgia. Flaherty trying to keep it in. Stickley fighting for it. Here's Finelli. Finelli weaving his way through Georgia. Georgia defenders end up with it, though. Great back check there from Dunphy. Flaherty, great physicality. Georgia will end up with it, though, in their own zone. Resetting, trying to mount their attack. They dump it down. Dunphy trying to clear. Put some chutzpah on that one, and will go for icing. 4:08 left in the third. And I'm going to call it. We're in crunch time.
What's your prediction? Do you have one?
I have not announced that many events for South Carolina yet. I did a lot of high school things, and even still, I know not to jinx it.
Fair enough.
So my prediction is that we're going to have a good hockey game.
Great answer.
That's my prediction here as we're at about the 4-minute mark. Georgia behind the net. Couldn't quite figure it out. Kind of hit Brendan Flaherty across the numbers there. No call. I know my brother's probably looking for a penalty there. South Carolina now ends up with it. They're going to reset in the neutral zone. Here comes Dunphy, weaving through defenders. But again, Georgia able to just deter it. South Carolina's kind of been trying to force it with this little bob and weave thing, but Georgia's defenders have successfully deterred it for the time being. Might need a little bit more passing going on down there. Big pass intercepted by Flaherty. Flaherty will send it back to Bonsukin. We'll try to dump it down for Scove. Georgia ends up with it though. A great forecheck there from Scove. Georgia though, the interception. Here's Bonsukin. Oh, he's gonna take it himself. Cross blue line. Has at it. Go a little bit north of the net. Van Mullen. Here's Marcella through the middle. Again, just a lot of congestion there from Georgia. They're crashing as soon as South Carolina tries to drive. And they'll go for icing. 2 minutes, 52 seconds. I know you're a Bruins fan, but for all my Caps fans out there, which I know there's probably not a lot, this is when you unleash the fury. This is the time.
Pull out some secret weapons here.
Oh, yeah, play whatever song gets you going. Yeah, I mean, 2:52. That's what I realized in hockey. I think a lot of teams wait a little bit too long to put the pedal on the metal on the pedal.
Pedal,
You get the idea. Pedal to the metal.
Yeah. Wait, that was confusing.
Yeah, either way, they wait too long to make that push. I think you make that push now. Right now. This is it. Again, push car on the draw. He's got Van Mullen to the right, Scove to the left. South Carolina fans get involved a little bit. Bonsukin and Marvin back. Wins it to Marvin. We'll dump it down. Push car behind the net. Has at it. Wide right. Scove now in the corner. Bobbing and weaving. Tries to get it to Bonsukin. Intercepted by the Ice Dawgs. Come the other way. Wide left. 2 minutes 30 left in the period. Marvin ends up with it. Through the neutral zone. Georgia's defenders, again, some great poke check congestion there. Able to deter. Bonsukin's back there. Weaves around the net. Oh! No call.
Took his leg right out from under
like
him.
Might have been a hook, but the ref was right there. He didn't see it. Marvin able to clear. Georgia now will reset. South Carolina, the line change. Big pass intercepted by Van Mullen. Dunphy now. Passes it up to Reed. Over in the middle. Throws it down. Georgia receives it. Minute 40 left. Georgia has at it. Caught by Tamoyan. Again, his goals against average was 2.4. Sitting at 3 right now for the season. Which, again, if this is a below average game for Tamoyan, then his average got to be pretty high.
Yeah, he's been tested quite often during this game.
Yeah, every which way. He's got thrown deflections and power plays. It's both of these goalies really have been having a great game. Flaherty fighting for it down there. Can't quite find the puck. Georgia throws it down. Behind the net is Riggins. Flips it up out of the zone. Georgia will receive it in the defensive third. Ice Dawgs now. Big pass. Tipped by Reed. Riggins ends up with it. He's got Toshin in the middle. Passes wide to Flaherty. Shot. Saved by Hagen. And that might have been the opportunity there. 1:03 left in the game. Again, great deflection there right into offense. I didn't even see Flaherty coming out wide. I was so worried about Toshin. Flaherty had the shot, but again, credit to Isaac Hagen there, the tender, number 40 for the Georgia Ice Dawgs, was able to cut down the angle, make the save.
Yeah, capitalizing there would have been huge for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Both teams fighting for any sort of edge they can gain.
Oh, and here comes Georgia. They've got the 2-on-1. Pass to the front, scored! No. Oh my Lord, that's Evan Parente on the cross crease pass with 51 seconds. Ice Dawgs will go up 4-3 here in the third. You never say never in hockey. I'll tell you that much. Anything is possible. South Carolina's gotta find something here in the next 51 seconds. Again, we talked a little earlier about how important it is to set the tone that first game. Again, both of these teams would love to walk away with a win here.
Hockey is such a fast-paced sport that you really never know what's going to happen. South Carolina needs to lock in right now.
And with some speed here is Riggins trying to get around the defender. He's got Skove with him. They pull the goalie. Empty net for South Carolina. They're going to go 6-on-5. Shot deflected up and out of play. 31.6 seconds. And the fans, normally, you know, you start thinking, oh, traffic's going to be bad. I got to get out of here. Not these fans.
These fans are dedicated.
They're sitting tight. And Coach Alan Sarah going to utilize his timeout here, it looks like. 31.6 seconds here. Again, out there on the ice, he's got Pushkar, Bonsukin, Marvin. He's got Riggins, Colin Reed, Brendan Flaherty. Looks like Skove also in that huddle.
With only 31 seconds left to go, the Gamecock fans, though, have not given up. The majority of them are still here, and they're still cheering on their team.
Yeah. Well, and I mean...
Oh, one of them just knocked down the big tower of cans that they had.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's getting booed.
Oh, no.
It's okay, dude.
It's all right.
Oh, walk of shame.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He might need some of those cans of water after this game. But, yeah, I mean, so take me back to the goal right there. Absolute heartbreakers as of the moment for South Carolina. 50 seconds left to get a cross-crease pass off a miscue.
It was a great play by Georgia. There was an open man in the middle. He found him. And from there was not much that our goalie could do because the play shifted so fast.
Yeah, now it's for Des Moines there. South Carolina wins it. Skove fires away, deflected. South Carolina will have to reset. Skove dumps it down. Hagen to field it. Trying to send it around. Flaherty keeps it in. My apologies, Pushkar. Skove fighting for it. About 10 seconds left. Crunch time in front of the net. Can't quite get it.
Oh, that might have been the opportunity.
And that will seal it away. 5 seconds. Skove will send it
Deep
down.
shot.
And that is the game. An absolute heartbreaker for South Carolina.
Heartbreaking for our Gamecocks. You know what? They did put up a good fight. They were underdogs for a long time during the game. Came back to tie it. It's unfortunate the ending.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to lose the game at the last, not even minute, the last 51.7 seconds, you know, there's a lot that goes through your brain there with, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But I tell you what, you know, there's 3 periods, 20 minutes each. There's a lot that could have been done about this game. Again, we talked about some of the penalties, and I think the real story of this game, coming on the other end of it, as the Georgia Ice Dawgs so politely wave our fans out. But the real story is just going to be capitalizing on the power play. I mean,
100%.
How many penalties did the Georgia Ice Dawgs have?
But
To their credit, they killed the penalty. But
you know what they say, you learn more from losing than you do winning. So hopefully the Gamecocks take this loss and really, really fix the mistakes that they made, like you said, Pflugi, on the power play, and make the change for the upcoming games in the season.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing for the Gamecocks, but I am sure they'll bounce back, just as you're saying. Again, a lot of good hustle out there, a lot of good play. Again, just few things. Close game, could have gone either way. Credit to the Georgia Ice Dawgs. Again, they went down 1-0, and they really went into another gear after that. They went up 3-1 after going down 1-0. Gamecocks, I'll tell you what, though, takeaway. Love to see them fight back.
100%.
Again, was a little worried for a second, but they were able to battle back. Again, this is the first adversity of the season. You're going a little bit chippy, a little bit of a rivalry. Again, these guys played all the time in AAU, playing for the first time here in the ACHA. And, yeah, they're going to wish they had that one back.
You know, it's a good sign, too, to be glass half full mindset that they do now know how to come back from behind, which I think is a very important thing, especially in competitive sports.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of positive takeaways here from the Gamecocks. A lot of things that they're ready to improve. Coach Alan Surratt, of course, will be leading the charge there. And yeah. Well, we want to thank you, all viewers, for joining us here on this journey. And we'll have our next game be against Florida. I believe that is on the 26th of September. On the call for that, we got Calvin and Austin. Big fans of them. They're great.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, but once again, we want to thank all of you for joining us on this journey as we kick off our cock hockey season. We'll see you at some point in the future. I'm Pflugi Pflugrath.
I'm Sophia Nadeau.
Thank
Go
you
Gamecocks!
Thank you for joining us on SGTV. Have a great night.